What's up, Mr. Miami?
Hey, can you see? I got a little color.
Look at you.
Pretty dark,
Did
right?
you go to the beach?
Barely.
Did you go to the pool in the hotel?
Barely.
All right.
I stayed inside quite a bit.
Fuck yeah, dude.
You were inside?
As much as I could be.
Good for you.
I watched a Steven Seagal film while I was there.
Which one?
Maximum Conviction.
Hell
Maximum Firepower.
I don't even know
Maximum
that
Danger. Maximum Conviction. Rob, you need to watch it.
Okay.
Do you know who his co-star is?
Okay. Can you give us some hints? When
Is it a rapper?
Maybe we do a Patreon podcast about a field that he's in. It's a wrestler.
Oh, is
Oh.
it
And a
Hogan?
legendary
Is it
one.
Stone Cold?
It is Stone Cold Steve
Oh,
Austin.
hell yeah.
Yes.
It is. He plays Norris.
Uh-huh.
Steve Austin plays Manning. Steven Seagal, the two Steves. Stone Cold Steven Seagal
Yes.
plays what's the guy's name? Norris. And it's about a prison run by like an illegal South American government or whatever. Stone Cold doesn't fight once.
He doesn't.
He's the weapons expert. Steven Seagal is the guy that does all the fighting.
What year are we talking?
Ooh.
What version of him do we have?
Fat. He's in the
Fat,
shadows the whole time.
He's
The
got
best
his
version.
He's got the
hairspray
yes.
on,
He's got the hairspray. He's got the
So
bandana
Steven
on.
Seagal,
Steven Seagal, Steve Austin, bunch of nobodies.
What's the worst movie you can make with all Steve or Stevens?
Jesus,
Stephen Hawking, Steven
Steven-
Seagal.
Stephen Hawking. I mean, you basically just
Yes.
yeah. Steve Harvey.
Steve
You kidding
Buscemi.
me?
Steve
This
Buscemi,
sounds
yeah.
incredible.
Yeah,
It's
it does
actually-
sound
so
great.
far, it's
So
like
yeah.
it's a new Expendables.
Stevie Wonder.
Stevie
But
Wonder.
they're like the Expendables.
What's the name of this movie one more time?
Stevie Wonder, and I like Stephen Hawking. Blind Genius. It's
Yeah.
called Maximum Conviction.
Maximum.
Are you gonna give us the rating? The max?
It can't be
Yeah.
great.
Did you enjoy it?
I loved it. It was utter dog shit.
You
I
had
watched-
maximum conviction to not go outside.
We did this one time where 26% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Ah,
It's way
pretty
too
good.
high. It's way too high.
We did a break one time and it was so easy to do. It took literally 60 seconds of prep
Okay.
where you remember this? I was saying, is it Steven Seagal or Bruce Willis?
Yeah, dude, that was a great break.
And we had to determine, and they basically
Who's-
the name of every movie is Maximum.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see what
Right,
you're
right.
saying.
Right, it's all the same.
Turbo Force.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and I'm telling you, I saw, Bruce Willis. Now he doesn't know his own name, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I saw this movie that he made like a year before that. Okay, and
Was he a detective? And there was a home, not a home invasion, but a hostage situation in a home.
I don't remember. What I do remember is they were in this, like, not an alley, but in this little, like, maybe like yard of some sort. The whole movie took place in there. They never had a scene change.
That's the same one. I
Is it
watched.
the
same
It was
one?
fucking horrible.
They're in this thing. Obviously he's losing it.
They give him 2 to 3 words
Yeah.
per scene.
This is Bruce Willis.
It's Bruce Willis. And it's a lot of him going.
yeah.
There's one point where he's got a gun aimed. He never uses it. You see someone else firing it, but from the arms forward, it's a stunt double. Do you know why he did those shit films at the end? There's a pretty tragic reason. That towards the end of his life, he kind of got in that Malcolm McDowell territory, a guy that's way too good of an actor for the
Yeah.
shit that he was in. To this day, I don't know why he's been in such garbage. But Bruce Willis, it's not apraxia. That's a speech thing. He's got a type of Alzheimer's, but it's called something else.
Mhm.
He knew it was coming. And he did those movies one after the other per his request with his agent to squirrel away money for his family. There's
He
documented.
He didn't have money.
He didn't have enough. I guess the mailbox money with the lifestyle that you live can wear out.
No, I
He's
get
He's got
that. But
alimony, but he squirreled away money by doing these like 20 dog shit films,
yeah.
and all the money he just shoved towards his family.
Well,
You
I
think
heard
he had like Die Hard money for the rest
It's
of his
funny
life?
you say
I
that.
heard in Die Hard 4 from somebody that Justin Long told this person that in the middle of that, Bruce Willis was like, "Yeah, I'm just checked out the rest of this movie."
I'm not
He
doing
said
that
that?
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Cop
Yeah.
Out with
Yeah.
Tracy
Now,
Morgan.
I have a new respect for Justin Long when he was in Barbarian.
God damn.
God, he's my favorite.
God,
Justin.
what a piece of shit. What a piece of shit.
You
at
know
the
when
end
the
of that
last
movie.
time I watched Barbarian was?
yesterday.
I watched it last week.
It's great.
I
Hey,
watched it
shout
again
out
last week.
to someone new in chat here, Jeff S.
What's up, Jeff? Welcome
What's
to the
up,
family,
Jeffrey?
pal.
Yeah,
Glad to
thanks-
have you.
Thanks for being here.
7:15. Glad to have you. We're getting into a full
Van
Miami.
Arsdale,
every
Pam,
day.
Ariel,
You
Mac, Brittany.
You went to
Steph.
Miami. Rob was
in Texas. We're in warm places.
Yeah, yeah.
Rob was in Texas. I went to York, Pennsylvania.
God's
that's
country.
Where, that's where I
Advantage,
was.
Mhm.
Justin and Rob.
Yeah, we killed it.
Yeah.
And I hung out with our old producer. my brother.
Back to advantage you.
And you win.
So, God, this we
So this is a family wedding.
It was a family
Right.
wedding. This is so dumb of me to not ask Robby to be on the show. What he did, God, it's when you hear what he did.
Is he in the wedding?
No, he's not in the wedding.
Okay.
They don't even know. As a matter of fact, I said this to Katie. I'm not going to talk a whole lot about the wedding itself, maybe on bonus. But when the bride saw me, who is my cousin's daughter,
She's like, "Who are you?"
Who the fuck is this?
I swear I saw them and they go, "Oh, hi," whatever. And as soon as they left, I go, I thought I'd get a bigger pop.
You thought you popped the crowd for their entrance.
I thought I'd get a bigger pop from them. I thought they would be more excited to see me. They weren't excited
Not
at all.
excited at all.
And Katie Katie's like, "What? You think they want your autograph?" I go, "No, not because of fame,
Yeah,
right?
just because I haven't seen you in a long
I
time.
haven't seen. I thought I'd get a. I thought
Maybe
I'd
they
get
thought that you'd be a tough get to make it because you're so busy.
Well,
and
but I was
successful.
there. So
I know, but that should lead to a bigger pop.
I thought
I'm glad you made it.
Yes, I thought I'd get a bigger pop. As a matter of fact, at my table, there were 2 no-shows.
So you had some empties.
You were at the shit table.
Yeah,
you were at the worst table.
They put you at the leftovers
I
table.
definitely wasn't at the worst table.
Well, you were there with 2 maybes that didn't even show up.
I was with my brother and what does he call his Mimi, his whatever he calls his girlfriend.
No, I love them, tell us too, but this sounds like the shit table.
It sounds like a shit table.
Me,
Your
and
brother, his fiance, and 2 no-shows in Katie.
And then it was my other cousin, the cousin whose daughter got married, his sister was at my table. So pretty close family, right?
Yeah.
And then her daughter. That's who was at my table. It was the table.
Any chance that the no-shows heard they were sitting with you and said, "I can't. I'm too intimidated.
I can't." Here's the funny thing. One of the no-shows, right? By the way, to not show is not good.
Yeah, especially if you get a head count for dinner. Each one of those plates going to be from $40 to $80,
sure,
depending
you
on
pay
the food.
for that, right?
Yeah, that's true.
It's kind of a shit thing to do.
But one of them was the girl that was sitting there, my cousin.
Yeah.
It was her husband.
The groom's mother.
It was a husband.
Yeah.
The husband.
The husband did not. Oh, so the wife was there.
The wife was there.
Did she explain where he was?
No.
He's at home with diarrhea.
She might have, but it didn't sound like it was like, oh yeah, no, he decided not to come.
He just decided, fuck this.
Yeah.
Georgia and Texas.
I don't want to go some.
So what did
wedding.
Robby do?
Okay, so this is not wedding related. Robby goes, oh, by the way, I on my Sirius XM. When I'm listening to one of the stations, I can't remember what station it is. Maybe it's an 80 station.
Okay.
When they play 38 special, they write out the word 38.
Okay.
Okay. Instead of it being .38, which is of course
38
the gun,
caliber.
right?
Yes,
Right.
yes.
That it's referring to. So Robby,
If you tell me he emailed the fucking station.
he emails the
Robby
fucking
is a
station.
proud member of the NRA.
Nice.
He emails us and he goes, listen, clearly this is 38 is in reference to a caliber of a gun.
Yeah.
38 special. It should be .38.
Yeah.
And and then he said the next time they played him, it's .38.
It was fixed.
Come on.
He got the
This is why I
hate
hate him.
him.
When
Whoever got
Robby
that
says he's
email.
really busy, I can't believe it.
You can't be busy. If he's
Because
got
I
the time.
can't imagine anyone who's busy taking the time to do that.
There's a software that we have
Yeah.
at the station. It's called Veritex. And what Veritex does, it's basically it's a professional level voice to text. That if I say something on the air, or if I happen to mention Bay Area Tire, or Jones Junction, or Dunkin' or whatever, they can have that thing automatically encoded, pulled, saved, MP3 cut, and it'll go to whatever sales rep needs it. They also use it for when you look at the radio on screen. No one's in there typing 38. That's the computer
right.
looking at the song, hearing the lyrics, and going, "This is 38
Yeah.
special," whatever the name of the song is. And spelling
I'm
it out.
going to be typing it out when I name the show this just to piss off.
Oh yeah.
So now Robby is famous for what? When let's say, for example, we're going to
I'm gonna leave her and get some pho.
Let's say, for example, we're going to be at the DC Improv, or we're going to be
Early.
He gets somewhere damn near the day before.
Robby gets somewhere early. Okay. So Katie and I are coming from Annapolis. We're going to York. It's about an hour and 45-minute drive. If we stop, it's probably 2 hours.
Sure.
It's 2 hours. So we're like, the reception, it probably ends at like 9 o'clock. We're probably going to be drinking. We got a hotel.
Max says it's not that big a deal they didn't show because a York PA wedding's probably about $7.55 a plate. Yeah, hell yeah.
It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
Go
anyway,
York.
So we go, Katie and I, we bring our clothes. We
Yeah.
don't.
You're not
and
going to
when
wear them on the car.
We're going to go to the hotel. We're
course.
figuring we're going to be there sometime around 2. We'll be able to change, get in our room, change. But in order to get in our room, we have to, we got it early. We need an early check-in.
Yeah, you gotta
check-in's
check in.
at 3. So we get there at about 2:12.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In front of us is one other couple. And the lady's there. She's on a mat showing her how here's where the elevators are and here's where this is. And if you want to go to this place, she's describing things and giving her, okay, we also need
This
a credit
is on
card.
Saturday?
I'm waiting. Yes, we're waiting. We're waiting. And I'm wearing something like this. I have to put a suit on. I have to, tie my tie. I got to get ready. Katie has to put a dress on. We got to do all that. She walks up. It's 2:22, and they go, "Oh no, we just gave away the last room."
Jesus.
Now here's the thing.
That's bullshit.
Nobody know it isn't.
Checking out on a Saturday, so they're not cleaning a room.
Here's the other thing.
They have a room where they're just lazy.
Here's the other thing. That it's 38 minutes away.
Yeah.
That's what
38 minutes away.
It's 0.38 hours away.
38 calibers away.
It's 38 minutes
So
away.
you pull it out a gun.
So now what you can't if I wait 20 minutes, my room's gonna be ready.
So
They're literally
ready.
in there
Crazy.
right now.
Have
So-
you ever had to change hotel accommodations and you're traveling with comedy and you go to a hotel and you look and the parking lot's empty? You're like, oh, they're going to have rooms. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, we're all sold out. What
Yeah.
the fuck you are?
No, you're not.
There's 3 cars.
Yeah.
Did everyone that's staying here left? You just don't feel like cleaning a room for it. By the way, I'll take a fucking dirty room. I don't care. Put me in the thing.
Yeah.
I'll sleep in my clothes.
Oh, you only have double beds? I don't fucking care.
I'll sleep
Just
on the
whatever
floor.
bed combination you have
What
is
do
fine.
you have?
So of course now we're in the bathroom. I have my
You're
suit,
in the hotel
my
lobby
shoe,
bathroom,
in the lobby bathroom.
changing.
Katie's putting her dress on.
Someone's
She's putting her-
taking a violent
we
shit
have
in the
to take
stall.
right. I
next
mean,
to you.
Yes.
we're it's stressful. We make it. It's fine or whatever. We tell Robby this story. Okay, he goes, "What do you get a room for? You're only 2 hours away. This motherfucker's an hour away from fucking Winchester's, and he stays the night every night.
Murder
Yeah,
mystery,
right.
yes.
Every single time he spends the night." Well, later on we found out, right? Because his girlfriend was telling a story about them not having a shower curtain in their hotel. And I go, wait a minute, you guys have already checked. She goes, no. We came in last night. It's a 3-hour drive. So they came in last night and they stayed for 2 nights.
So he gave you shit for
Yes.
getting a hotel for a 2-hour drive when he
Right,
got
right.
a 2-night for 3 hours.
How do you not have a shower curtain?
well, that's a whole different
That's
story.
a whole
right?
other
Because
fucking
this is-
thing.
Nobody steals a shower curtain.
Yeah.
Oh, this is nice.
It's
Oh,
funny
this is
because
coming with.
she was
Yes.
going, yeah, I went to take a shower. There's no shower curtain. They're like, well, is it in the such and such drawer? I go, and I started thinking, this is really strange.
Open up the shower curtain
Who
drawer.
takes
Yeah.
Yeah.
who first of all, who requires the person staying in the room to put up their own shower curtain, right?
I have a specific shower curtain.
Second of all, why would it ever have
I
been
need
taken?
butterflies.
Why would it ever have been taken
Yeah.
down? And there's a lot of things that people steal from hotels.
BYOSC.
The
That ain't one of them.
soaps, Towels, sometimes
No.
robes. Nobody's taking their shitty shower curtain.
No,
right.
no one wants
No.
a slimed up, funky fucking shower curtain. They're disgusting.
I got a lot
At
of
least it was a-
Pennsylvania people in
Yeah, I
the
was
chat
gonna say
tonight.
PA is like
Mhm.
blowing up. Why are we
Good.
huge in PA?
Love
we gotta
it.
start booking more shows in PA by
Let's
the looks
do
of
it.
it.
Here's
York.
one more thing about the wedding.
Please.
So people are coming up to Katie going, "Oh my God, you look so beautiful. You look so beautiful," right? They thought she was a bridesmaid. Her
Oh shit! She
dress.
was dressed so nice.
Yeah,
They thought she was
I'm gonna
in
show
the
you.
wedding.
Yeah, let me
Good
show you.
job.
I
Yeah.
got a video of it.
We'd love to see
Yeah,
Katie dressed up.
They kept coming
Mhm.
up to her and let me see if I can pull this up here
Yeah.
for you guys.
Why
Here's-
don't we put it on our Instagram?
okay, here it is. Yeah. So there
pull
she
it
is. Okay, and then there's
What
the
is she-
there's the bridesmaid's dress.
Oh my god! Go back.
So here we go.
Holy shit!
Let's take
Well,
another look at it. There you go.
sexy.
Oh,
Looks
look at
Gorgeous.
this. Here
Got
we go.
some
Yeah,
knee.
yeah, yeah.
Oh shit!
So yeah, is that a faux pas for sure?
Yeah,
right?
Katie.
How would you know?
There's no way. That
What
would be
are
a total
the
coincidence.
chances she's gonna know the bridesmaids are wearing
Look,
copper?
that's a flex. She's letting them know, hey, I'm rocking this better than you.
Just let you know.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm the bride now. I'm the bride.
Brittany said
now.
she did look gorgeous. I guess maybe Katie posted these photos.
Yeah,
on her
yeah.
Instagram.
It's funny because she maybe Katie, if she's in chat, she'll know the name of the song. They're playing some song. It was like, it wasn't Apple Bottom Jeans,
Mhm.
right?
Boots with the fur.
It wasn't that one, but they were talking about
Something in that element.
Get Low, and I go, oh yeah, this is
Yeah,
Flo-"
low, Flow Rider.
but it's not Flow Rider.
Okay.
It's not. And I
It's
go,
another low
I go, oh,
song.
this is Flow Rider. She goes, you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
She texts her friends. They're all
Jesus.
making fun of me.
Listen to what this fucking geezer just said.
Shit.
Listen to what this
I'm like, all right,
fucking
all
idiot
right,
just
I'm
said.
sorry, I
God,
didn't.
I just threw a drink in
Yeah.
his face. It was
Yeah.
piping hot.
So nobody thought you were showing up the groomsman. Yeah.
No, nobody thought that. But
You're the best man.
one other thing about Robbie. So they did this thing at the wedding, the
No, I
DJ,
Get
and
his
I
ass.
am going to mention the DJ in the bonus show. So that's gonna come up.
Nice.
But the DJ did this thing where he put all the married couples out on the dance floor. And then as he eliminated them by year, okay, if you've been married for less than 5, if you're 1 year, come on, if you're less than 5,
gotcha.
and people were moved until you found out who had been the
That's a
most
good
married.
bit.
Right.
Yeah.
So he goes out there and he says whatever. He says 5. That's how long Katie and I've been married. We leave the dance floor. We get off. Well, Robbie and his girlfriend are still out there. They're one of the last
Hey,
3.
Robbie's a rules guy. That's fucked up.
Yeah, that's weird because he does like things by the numbers,
And he's not
pronunciation,
married at
spellings.
all.
And I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
Why is he even up there?
Why did you go out there to begin with? Let alone
Did he lie to us?
it's fucking
Hold
stolen.
on.
Did they get married
Are
already?
you saying he's already married?
No, because
Are you sure?
Well, hold on. It wouldn't make sense
Oh,
because
that's not a 0% possibility.
no. It wouldn't make sense because not only would he have, it's not like, oh, he's not willing to lie about being married, but he is willing to lie about the amount of time he's been married. Like,
What was the song? Was it an Eagles song?
The song-
Was it Melissa Manchester?
God, I really listen to the bonus.
Did you
Okay.
ask him why he was
But-
out there? Like, what are you
but-
doing? This is for
Yeah,
married
no, yeah, he wasn't really paying attention
Hey.
to me when.
Pull a Robbie and complain to the DJ.
Yeah, I
Hey,
should have. I
write a
should have
letter.
said,
write
"Hey,
an
that
email.
guy right there.
Hey.
See if they have a marriage."
Did you see a
certificate.
ring on?
I don't
That's
see
the
either.
100%.
either.
Yeah,
They're not-
maybe.
They were playing Fools Rush In. I will say this, and then there's going to be more in bonus. But this DJ, the bit
Bonus comes out next week.
Yes.
The bit was that he wanted to determine who had been married the longest.
Okay.
Then he would go up to him and say, "What's the secret to it?" It's
Classic.
right?
Okay. Sounds
Yeah.
okay. So.
Well, this guy took so long that they had to restart the song. They played the song. This guy was taking so
This
long.
sounded like our murder mystery.
This guy was taking so long to just get through to determine who the people are that have been married the longest that he had to play Fools Rush In twice.
He had to
That's-
start
yeah.
the song.
He can't play another song. He
You know
doesn't
what he
have
said?
that in his
No, you're
arsenal.
listening to
Yes.
this song.
That's funny. Here's what he said. The song ends and there's still people out there dancing. He's still
8
trying.
couples.
He's still trying
Yeah.
to determine. He goes, "Give me 30 more seconds." Well, what does that even mean?
I don't know.
You can't.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to set it for 30. No, they had to just fucking start the time over.
Let me guess. It was the two people in their 90s that were married the longest.
Well, yes, and they're right. Well, it's so funny
Versus
because
Robbie and Mimi.
then he's like, "Well, how long have you been married?" No, and then he starts doing like, "Hey, give me the 38, give me 39." I'm like, "What is happening?" Right? People would like to dance.
Yeah.
They don't want to watch these
They don't
two
wanna do
old
this
couples
game.
dance.
It's not your
show.
Dancing through
Exactly.
two
DJ
to hear-
takeover.
I was just saying, it
Fools Rush
sounds like
In
he's
twice.
hijacking the wedding. It's like,
Yes.
let me just dance and
because
God.
he's pulling a Katie with the bridesmaids, just
Ah.
fucking flexing, on it,
just
making
absolutely
all about
flexing
him.
nuts on these hoes, looking
God.
like a bunch of pigs out there.
Jesus,
That you've
bitch.
got the classic mommy son dance, daddy daughter dance. Then you got speeches, blah blah blah. The things that are staples of weddings. It's when they start getting clever with that shit.
I can't,
Like,
guys,
stop. You're
Mm.
overcomplicating it.
Okay, I am going to tell one. I do have to tell one story.
All right.
you ever
Is this
seen-
for bonus or not?
I'm just going
Save
to
it
tell
for
one.
bonus.
Okay.
Just one story for bonus. There was an adorable ring bearer.
a child.
Yes, and I think that he had some
Special needs.
Yeah,
Sure.
Sick. Hell yeah.
okay, and he was adorable, and he was
Made him cough up the ring.
him and the flower girl were the 1st
Mhm.
introduced, and everybody applauded.
Of
Obviously,
course.
the DJ then says, "Now for the important people."
Okay. All right.
I was like, "What is happening?"
Unnecessary.
Okay.
You could have
Now-
just introduced the next.
Now for
people.
the important. By the way,
yeah.
he's
You don't
now
need to
going.
editorialize.
He's now going to introduce all the remaining people in the wedding party. So the only people he deemed not important was this kid.
Well, let's be honest.
Jesus.
They're not important.
Okay.
Well,
I mean,
right,
but
but I'm not quite sure that
they
I would
like to
let
be
the
made
whole.
to feel to one
Now
important-
for people whose lives matter.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Now, yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. Normies. All right. Let's bring out the normies.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's bring out the people that can live on their own.
Let's,
Jesus,
I had a
that's
great
dark.
time.
Let's bring
It
out
sounds like it.
a word from our sponsors. We'll be right back. You went to a wedding, Joe, where people were in love.
Uh-huh.
And I think I fell in love in Texas.
I'm
What?
eager to hear about
Yes.
this. I saw some photos on your social where
yeah.
You and the crowd afterwards, they gather in the lobby. What was the name of the place?
Hyenas. There's a couple.
Hyenas.
There's one in Fort Worth, which we did in June. This was in Dallas. Good venue, great hotel. Yeah, you love a hotel when the restaurant's fucking awesome.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
What was it? Anything I know?
It's not a chain.
Okay, got it.
It's called Knife and
The
Spoon or
Chili's
something.
Inn.
But they have bolognese. It's a top-notch restaurant. So, but 2 years ago when I was in Plano, Dave and I, we did the House of Comedy there, and we went to lunch somewhere in this little town center there. And our server was a particularly attractive woman, Catherine, we'll call her that. That's her name. And we invited her to the show anyway. And this is just hanging out. There's nothing romantic or anything close to that. But we did like exchange information. And then when I've been back, I sort of said, hey, I'll be back in the area. So this time she saw that I was going to be in Dallas, and she messaged me, hey, I'm going to try to come out. So then the week of, I said, hey, these are the show times. Let me know when you want to come. I'll get you tickets. She goes, I already bought tickets for Friday Late Show.
Nice.
So then I'm thinking, if she already bought tickets, she's probably bringing something.
Smooth move,
Right.
too, by
Yeah.
the way. She's not asking. She's buying tickets.
Exactly.
Already got a leg up.
So, and she comes out with this guy she's seeing. This is woman, I think she's like made in a lab to just make you fall in love with her. She's drop dead gorgeous.
Hold on. She is there with a date.
Yes, she's
Okay.
there with a
Okay.
date.
Fuck
But she's drop dead gorgeous. She she met this guy 6 months backpacking in like Europe.
Ugh.
She's been to all these places. She's a nurse where she like helps, like she goes to this family's house where their kid can't even do anything and spends all night. But she also laughs at every dirty joke. She's not some prude or
Yeah,
straight.
Right.
She's just really sweet and fun, but awesome and gorgeous.
Was
and
she in your
nice.
story?
Yes.
Okay, gorgeous.
Yes. And she said this to me. She goes, hey, you look really great. And, 2 years ago, and just a very profound comment, because 2 years ago when I first met her, I was literally, me and Tawanda it was ending. I was literally that week, I I leased the apartment that I
Right.
now
Yeah,
live
yeah.
in.
Big
So,
period of transition.
Obviously, I was going through shit. I don't know if people can tell that, because I don't think that they can. But she commented about that I look better now and I look happier. And I was like, wow, that was
Damn, so she
yeah.
picked up on that. Even when
Exactly.
you thought you were keeping it locked
Right.
down pretty well, she's a bit of an empath.
Exactly. So I was like, all right, that's sort of impressive that you picked up on that.
Did you say he looks like he's going to beat you?
Yeah.
I did not say that. No,
No.
I
He
did,
looks violent.
I did say I have a podcast. You subscribe. She's probably listening.
Does
But
he have a podcast?
and this is really the real reason I'm bringing this up, because
Fuck him.
I want Mac is going to maybe able to guess this.
Okay.
I want you to guess, because this is if you're an old school Robin Joe show person, Robbie would get this. Mac will get this. You're going to know the answer to this. This guy, he's not American. What is the funniest place in the world? I don't know if he's from there or if he lives there, but I know he lives there now. What's the funniest place in the world from a Robin Joe show reference that he could be from and or live?
Dale
I don't know
City.
this.
Funniest thing in the world. We've never had breaks about Dale City.
That's where Robbie's.
I know, but like
All right. The funniest place he could live.
in the world, we had a
Oh
huge,
God, the city that
we had a
the city that
huge
Robbie lost his
storyline.
virginity in.
No, this
No.
is not. We're not in America. We're outside of this country.
America. Okay,
Yes.
so maybe somewhere for one of the
Okay.
USO tours for
No,
DLP.
This
No?
is more Joe related.
Oh, it's
It's one of the
Mm.
biggest feuds in the history of the Robin Joe show.
What was that argument about? I remember that
One of the most infamous people we've ever met in comedy.
Oh, did Isle of Man?
Yes.
Holy
oh,
shit!
Jeez.
The Isle of Man.
How the fuck? did I
Where,
get
and
that?
if you don't know this story, Dan Ninen, go down the rabbit hole, comedian, end quotes.
the Beetlejuice of comedy, don't
Threat-
say his name 3 times.
Don't
It
Don't
wasn't a
summon
threat,
him.
it was
he
an offer.
said
It was an
that
offer.
you can have a legal fight to the death in
Yeah.
the Isle of Man, and he challenged you, Joe
Yeah,
Robinson.
which, by the way,
he was being serious.
We
Yeah.
immediately researched it. Not true.
No, you
I
can't
asked
do
this
that.
guy about
Yeah,
that. He
he
goes, "That's not true."
That's not true at all. You know what? There's if you look that up, at some point that got out there. There
It
was
was-
this,
yes,
and the
it
Isle
was-
of Man tourism's like, no, please don't tell people that.
It was at one point legal, which in a too recent of time.
Like
But
the
we're-
1800s.
No, I think it was later than that, but still,
This guy
not-
mentioned like 1680 when I met.
Oh,
him.
is that what it
Yeah.
was?
okay.
I
Yeah.
know it was later than what civilized society would have been okay with.
Everywhere
but
else would
definitely,
allow it.
but definitely not in our lifetime.
Okay, so the Isle of Man.
But we had a back and forth with this guy
Yeah.
Dan 9 years ago, who's
Ooh.
had
That's where
issues
this guy's
with
from.
us. Yes,
You know who else is from the Isle of Man?
who?
The Bee Gees.
Get out.
Really? The Bee Gees are from the
The
Isle
Bee
of
Gees
Man.
are
They're
the
from
Isle
the
of-
Isle of Man.
I don't even know where that is.
I guess I should have led with that instead of the fight to the death.
Yeah.
Oh, my buddy got challenged to a fight to the death there because the Bee Gees are from here. Where
Yeah.
it's a better fucking place.
Good luck staying
Yes,
alive. Yeah. Hey, every now and
That's
then.
where that shit
Every
comes
now and then.
from.
Every now, that's it. It's all about fighting to the death. You
That's
don't
right.
have any idea.
That's where disco comes from.
Disco comes from Mortal Kombat. It comes from people having their heads caved in by a disco ball. Is it off the coast of the UK? I don't know
It
where it's
is. I know
I
they
think
speak
so.
English there. So
at. Okay,
yeah.
sick. Hell yeah. So I will visit it then. Damn. So you.
Staying alive. It could be the better show title.
I
actually.
still like you misspelling. I still like you spelling out 38.
Yeah,
Yeah, isn't it
well,
better to
well,
troll Robbie?
yeah,
He'll
you're
find
right, you're
this
right.
Joke,
We'll
yeah.
go with
but
that.
that might not stay us alive. So that's the irony.
So-
that's
so-
the irony there.
Is she's just taking this guy on a date, or was it a boyfriend thing?
He came to visit for 10 days or something. and we were
Okay.
hanging out, and they came to the show, and we hung out afterwards. And
Well,
I
I mean,
may have monopolized her time
Good.
as long as I possibly
Right.
could.
Yeah,
So-
plant
So-
your flag.
hold
Yes.
on.
Mhm.
So he doesn't live here.
No, he lives in the Isle of Man.
Oh shit, yeah.
He's not from the Isle of Man. He lives there now.
I don't know if he's from or lives there. He's definitely not American. I know that.
Right.
So I think he's from there.
Because I want you to be the man that walks her down the aisle. Fuck where he's from.
Well,
Yeah.
she's look, a boy can dream, but
She's
it
pretty.
makes no sense on any level of age or geographic.
how old again?
It's does
Late
it's
20s.
that
She looked young, but
would-
like,
I was hoping it was that. but
oh
yeah,
shit, sick. Okay,
yeah,
we're on the right side of legality.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, we are. No, we
Oh,
are on
good.
the right
Yeah, yeah,
side
yeah.
of it, but it's we're also on the right side of creepy. So-
Yeah. Way
Yeah.
on the side.
Well,
of
but she
creepy.
also thinks that like I'm much cooler than I am. Like we got into this conversation.
It's a cool profession.
No, it is. You'll like this, Justin. I was going to say this on LCA, but we got into a conversation about Rhea Ripley somehow because I think we were talking about the Great British
she know who
Baking
that
Show.
is?
She doesn't. We were talking about the
Okay.
Great British Baking Show, and Katie thinks the guy on there looks like Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
I start showing Rhea Ripley. I start showing We're at Raw. There's Rhea Ripley's ass. She's like, oh, I'm like, how hot she is. She goes, you should date her. And I'm like, who do you think I am?
So what do you think I'm capable of? On the entertainment spectrum,
right.
we're on
Yeah.
different rungs
Yes.
of the prominence ladder,
Yes.
which, by the way, on bonus,
Yeah.
on bonus, we fucking have to get into the text thread. We have to get
Oh,
into
yeah.
the DLP.
Okay.
Katie had a Great British Bake Off poll that fucking
Yeah.
hurt me laughing.
Yeah.
I might have screen grabbed portions of that text and sent it to Steve Huber because we used to play
Mhm.
that game.
Yeah.
I'm being vague because I don't want to give it up
Yeah.
because the person we're going to talk about definitely can't afford the Patreon. It was one of the funniest text
I'll
threads we've ever
say
had.
that I'll say this, and then this is the last thing I'll say about it. My favorite one was the one that had my name in it.
Dude,
Mm.
that was killer. It was 1 and 1A with Tiffany's
Yeah.
Great British Bake Off
Yes,
one.
yeah,
which is
that
yeah.
very
was good.
vague.
That was good.
But there was an impromptu roast session that almost made me late
Yes.
for the Taylor Swift
That's
Yeah.
going to
concert.
be good for bonus. One last thing on Dallas. It is a lot
Please.
of fun. So Sunday night, we're back in the hotel, and the chef that was at the hotel, but also came to the shows. He's talking to Dave and I, and he's being very nice. But Dave goes to bed. He's got an early flight.
Yeah.
And this guy, it's getting late, and they're closing soon. And he's very complimentary of me, and he wants to talk shop. And I'm a little tired. I don't.
You mean you want to talk about comedy?
Yes.
Okay.
And
I'm
social
sorry, you said,
media. stuff.
is he also a comic?
No, he's the chef at this restaurant.
Okay, but he's like, I'm thinking
He
like,
came to the show. He loves comedy. He's into
Okay.
social media. He posts a lot of stuff.
I thought
so-
like when Charlie used to cook. He's a friend of ours that worked
No,
at the
no, no,
Goobies
no.
type thing. Okay.
And I'm like, oh, God, man, I'm kind of tired. And now in front of us, there's the guy that's like the sommelier because he's got these wine. He's been
Right.
giving us glasses of wine, and there's 2 hot women that he's been talking to. And I'm like, I'm going to bed, dude. I'm calling it. And then I get up, and then that guy says, "Do you want some more wine?" And I'm like, sure. Now I'm hanging out with these 2 chicks.
Yeah, yeah.
I just told him I was tired, and he joins us. Suddenly, we're up for 2 more hours.
Yeah.
like I was just lying to him to get out of
Pounding
this
wine just to get out of a
exactly.
I don't have a philosophical
Yes.
conversation about the mechanisms of comedy at 11:45
But
p.m.
suddenly, with the hot chicks, I wanted
makes
to
it a
talk
lot
comedy.
better.
Suddenly, I
Makes
was
it
interested.
So
Suddenly, I
much
was like,
easier.
"Hey, tell them more about how great I was."
Yeah.
Talk me
There's
up
an
more.
arc
So,
to a joke, like the arch
Mhm.
in your back. Hopefully,
Mhm.
back in my hotel room.
shout out Laura. Dallas is fun.
What time was your flight?
Not till noon.
All right, good.
Yeah.
What time? No, it's funny. My flight home from Miami was at noon. What time did you wake up to get to your flight?
Oh, 9:30.
You're gonna
9:30.
stress me out.
Mine was at 7. Yeah, 7, and we just fucking made it. We just made it. So you're
Welcome
in
back.
Dallas. Glad to be back.
Mm.
Miami. It's funny. Did Katie tell you I texted her? I just texted Katie just off to the side,
No.
talking
Yeah,
about just about Miami.
Oh, I don't know.
I
She
said
showed
no,
me-
like you're asking me.
Yeah,
She
no.
showed me the picture of the overcast. Was that in the regular thing or was that in?
Brutal. It was
yeah,
the
yeah.
day we got there. That we got there Friday, Saturday, Sunday was the show. We left early Monday. So nothing to report from the airport. Mudge has learned to fly after the Japanese
No incidents.
toe ring,
Mhm.
buckle, boot fiasco.
Mm-hmm.
So everything was fine. We get in, we get there. The minute we get outside, my beautiful daughter June might weigh 100 pounds,
Mhm.
and the fucking wind wants to carry her off like a
Oh.
palm front. I mean, the wind is blowing you
Oh,
off your feet. It's brutal. So we get there, we get checked in. The city is drenched in Taylor Mania. It's like a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
She's there for 3 days, Friday,
She
Saturday,
takes over
Sunday.
the town.
She took over the town. First night, nothing really to report. I did have a drink. I'm trying to stay sober,
Mhm.
but
Oh, that
I'm
was
like-
on the list of things.
I definitely
that's
had a
gonna
drink. I had
How
one
can
drink.
you not? You're in
I'm
Miami.
in
it's
Miami,
vacation.
and they had a
You
special.
work hard.
I spent all my money. I
Yeah.
have no money left.
believe you.
I'm
Yeah.
out of money now. So here's my big takeaway from this trip. Miami is drenched in a wealth you're not prepared for. It's just
Where do they come from?
I don't know. And the homes down this one particular boulevard, it was like a coastal highway.
yeah.
Mhm.
We were technically in Hollywood, Florida, which is just about 15 minutes north of Miami proper. And in their coastal highway, like in Ocean City, Maryland, every home, I truly did minimum home, 15 million.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For a
it's a whole
smaller
nother world.
home, 15 million, up to like 60 million. These homes look like art installations, massive like shrubbery and doors and walls and security teams. And I got there. We're fucking hideous compared to everybody else down there. They're all beautiful. So we get to the venue, or let me back up. We get to the hotel. In the second night, there's all kinds of Taylor Swift themed everything. Karaoke, bracelet making,
course.
trivia. They have huge cutouts of Travis Kelce. They have cutouts of Taylor Swift. Take pictures and shit. And the message with her is unity amongst the ladies.
Right.
Unity amongst the women. And there's a whole lot of like, man, aren't guys suck? We're just the shit.
They're always letting you down.
Just letting you
Yeah.
know, we're just such pieces of shit. Why men great till they got to be great? So says Lizzo, body positive activist who's now trying to lose all the weight in the world. Whatever happened to be proud of being a big girl.
Mhm.
So I would listen to them, and Mudge heard this to him. Thank God, everybody's dressed up every night. They're wearing the spangle boots, the blazers that look like an album cover.
These are women in their 30s. for the most part?
Anywhere from there's children.
Mhm.
I know what I spent on a ticket, by the way. Mudge said that there was a 5-year-old, a couple of rows in front of her, that was asleep for like half the show. There's no kids pricing.
They also don't know the song.
They don't know the song. Maybe they
But
do.
they know that men suck.
But they also know that the tickets were thousands of dollars each. You spend a few grand on
Yeah.
a fucking child. But I'm seeing them all get dressed up. Girl, look at you. Oh my God. Look at that dress.
Right.
Holy shit. You make
Mhm.
that yourself? That is amazing. Have fun at the show, girl. Who told that fat bitch she could wear that? I must have heard it a dozen times. And you hear
Women, you never let us down.
I'm telling you, you think we're fucking evil to you,
Yeah.
and we have a tendency to be. The amount of shit talking I heard was relentless, and not even like in a quiplash, funny kind of way.
Yeah.
And all right, girl, have fun. Have fun. I'll see you there. Girl, you know it. Girl, you know it. You know she's fucking her neighbor, right? She's a piece of shit.
So,
you know she's got AIDS.
I had a buddy who was owned part of Acme Bar and Grill downtown Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Shout out Kevin Epley. And he says, I have an idea for a reality show. Okay. 5 girls are going to get together. They're meeting at this bar.
Okay.
One girl shows up late. They have the table mic'd. The one girl who shows up late hears what they're
goes
talking.
into another room. Just to listen.
She's waiting and hears what they're saying about her.
They all know each other already.
They all know
Yeah,
each other. And then she goes in and confronts them for the things that they said. He said
It's kind of brilliant.
he said he got this idea from just listening to women.
Just listen.
Listening to them at the bar, just
And from recording them, and
murder.
going home and listening and masturbating
and just
to it.
shitting all over
Yes.
their friends.
It
if-
was.
if they had the audacity to be the last one there.
How dare you? Or what are they wearing? And the minute they went to the bathroom, just shit talking the outfit. It was vile.
Men
Yeah.
shit talk, but we just do it to each other.
We'll do it
Right,
to your
yeah.
face, like, damn, you got
Right.
fat. Or
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, goddamn. Like the amount of shit talking you guys do at your poker games. Our game of
yeah.
Quiplash is centered around murdering each other cleverly.
Yeah.
There's a lot
Yeah.
of wordplay. There's a lot of callbacks. Oh my God, you remember that about me the last time I bumped into my cousin. There was nothing clever.
No.
They would
just-
leave and go,
Yeah.
fuck that bitch. She's going to ruin the night.
Mm.
You know it, baby. You're the best.
Katie says not her friend circle. It's
Dude.
all love.
They're the fucking worst. Okay.
Katie's actually right.
No, that's a good group.
They will not shit talk.
They
one
just bitch
another.
about us.
They just hate us.
Yeah, they will shit talk
Yeah, there's
us.
so
for
much
sure,
to
yes.
bitch about their husbands.
So
they can't get to each
it's
other.
all for one in one for all. Okay. And I drop everybody off
Mhm.
and I go and I watch the San Francisco Kansas City game. Fucking boring.
Yeah.
I watched the Washington game. That was awesome. Goddamn, Jaden Daniels went off. They fucked his ribs up. And then it came time for me to go and watch a movie to kill some time. That's when I watched Maximum Conviction.
Nice.
Worth every moment I
Nice.
spent.
What did you eat during all this?
I got wings downstairs. To
Yeah. So
Nice.
it really is a great.
It's a
night.
fucking awesome night. I'm watching.
$37 wings.
You're not far off.
Yeah,
it, was,
yeah.
it was $41. By the way, they add gratuity to everything. You don't even have to tip because they're going to tip for you.
Sure.
So I go and I pick them up. Now the picking up was a nightmare. It was at the Hard
I
Rock
was thinking
Stadium.
about that.
It was a bit of a nightmare. There was
Because
no
it's
parking
sold
passes. It's sold out.
You can't really get an Uber there because
Ubers you can. It's
Oh, yeah.
everything was premium pricing.
Yeah.
$100 minimum. And it's in a neighborhood. And I know if you're not from around the area, we have where the Washington Commanders play. It's FedEx Field, Northwest Stadium, it's called now. And it's in this nowhere area in Landover.
Shit.
Dude, the Hard Rock, Katie said this before I left, and she wasn't lying. It's in the middle of a neighborhood. Your road out here, in front of
Right.
that's about as big a road as you're going to find. It's for tens of thousands
Makes
of
no
women
sense logistically.
who are known to be amazing drivers are all trying to fucking pour out of this
And
place
they
at
all
once.
have to pee.
and you have
they're
to
all-
get there to pick them up.
So word got round that there's a Walmart
Okay.
3/4 of a mile
All
away,
right.
big lot, Walmart Supercenter. So I park over in that thing, and you could hear the concert from the Walmart. So I make my way up. I start walking through, and the crowd, it's all men converging. to pick. It's all, and we're all looking at each other, and no one's saying anything,
That's
but our
pretty cool.
eyes tell the tale.
Yeah.
It's 1,000 men picking up 60,000 women. And we all are converging on this place. And we're
How
just all
early did
out
you get
front.
there?
The concert let out at 11:30. I got to Walmart at 10:30.
Smart.
Okay.
Yeah, I got there way early.
And you
So
did? There was no concern. You pulled right up.
I
and had a
pulled
spot.
in for the most part, but everyone else had the same idea.
Right.
A lot of a certain type of person being on time. So we all pull up and they start making their way out. And again, Mudge, thank God, she was my
We predicted
Christian.
that she would get lost. That was one of the predictions.
She did a good job. You know what she
Okay.
had? She had her Google Maps on you that you can turn on. And you can set the walking.
Oh yeah.
Drive,
yeah,
set to
yeah.
walking.
She's
Yeah.
literally.
She's like, okay, here we go,
Yeah.
and I've got to go.
Yeah.
Here's the issue.
Uh-huh.
There's a big fence perimeter around the whole thing with multiple gates that let you in, either for
Mhm.
walking or driving. Once you left, you couldn't get back in. And it's like an airport. Once you
Yeah.
leave past the
Right.
checkpoint, you're not allowed
Yeah.
past the checkpoint. You got to either check back in, or in this case, you just can't get back in at all. I said this on the air this morning. And I'll say it here. Grant me the fucking confidence of a drunk 47-year-old white chick Taylor fan to talk to a cop the way I heard these vipers talking to police officers that were like, "Ma'am, you can't go back inside." Excuse me. I'll have you know that the tickets were with thousands of the and wow. I mean, to a cop's face from here to here. Wow.
Yeah.
I saw it 40 times.
Are
Mm.
you like me, where my Twitter feed has an algorithm that knows that I want to see cops punching those people in the face?
I was like,
Right.
collapse her fucking skull with
Yes.
a nightstick. I will cover it up. I'll say I did it.
Yes.
Hearing these women just talk at in wine spit. and
Yeah.
by the way, shout out Miami-Dade police. Not a one of them fucking sphinxes.
By the way,
didn't
if
move.
they
They
did,
have to be.
I'd be perfectly.
I would be like,
Yeah.
I didn't see shit. She took that walkie-talkie and collapsed her own skull with it. They were just like, you didn't putting their finger in the cops' faces and all that. Walking in front of crossing guards that were letting people pull out of lots. They were like, okay, hold on, let's let some cars go. Walking in front, don't fucking tell me what. They're stumbling over each other. Much so when they went to leave at the very end, Bitches are pushing each other out of the way. Kids are getting fucking knocked over.
there goes the unity.
They're like, why couldn't this
72
be a
hours.
Metallica concert or
Metallica. I went to
Wu-Tang
Metallica
Clan?
at M&T Bank Stadium.
Yes.
And it was like walking into and out of a church procession. Just guys high-fiving each other.
Yes.
How great was for whom the bell tolls. One sounded pretty good. Man, Trujillo was on his bass line. She said it looked like a fucking Black Friday in the late 90s.
That's an enter all man.
So
Yeah.
as I
Not
go to finally find them, I see this dad, and he's got these 2 teenage girls with him. Now I'm going to go out on a limb here and say he probably paid for these tickets. There's a good chance, and he went in there with them because he's walking. He's got a handful.
So
of
he was at the concert.
He's
with
at
them.
the concert. Handfuls of merch.
Girl
dad. Don't forget that girl dad. Handfuls of merch. Looks like hoodies and hats and banners and posters. Mudge bought me a tour shirt. It was $45. They bought each other hoodies, $90 each.
Yeah.
Each one of these girls on their shirt said, "Fuck the patriarchy."
Jesus.
And I'm like, you little slit. That guy is the patriarchy.
Yeah,
And I get
him.
it. I get it. It's a lyric in one of her songs,
right.
and that's great.
Yeah.
But I got to get a look at the patriarchy that weekend, and those motherfuckers, myself included,
Yeah.
ride or die. And I'm going to guess probably more than half.
Yeah.
Patriarchy footed the bill. Patriarchy all weekend long financed that fuckery for 3 days.
Maybe
while they're in
I'm
there just like, go fuck yourself. Like you wouldn't be here.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
great.
You little hen, if it wasn't for this broken spirited father who you could tell carrying all your shit back to the car that he's probably paid for on the way to the $800 a night resort, which is on average what it was, because I know it's what I paid for it,
Yeah.
to go ahead and take your drunk, clucking ass all night long. It was very out of each side of their mouth. Let's go, girl. Shitty as hell to people. Isn't this fun? Isn't this great? Fuck the guys.
Yeah.
It was such a tale
Well, you know,
of two moods.
I've said this, and Katie, she always gets on me about this because I'm an old white guy. Maybe
Yeah.
I shouldn't have an opinion on anything. But she has a song called "The Man," which makes me fucking seethe.
God, yeah, you're a billionaire.
It's essentially a song that if I was a man, I'd be like, if I was a man,
Right.
then you know what I could be if I was a man?
Yeah,
I'm like-
I get that, but the song can also be about just women in general. It's like, Oprah can
Well,
still talk
she is
about
saying-
racism,
true,
even though
but she is
nothing
saying
racist can happen
I.
to her because she's so powerful.
She is saying I.
And
I
she
get
did
that.
write it a while ago before
Yeah.
she became the absolute. She's the largest musician on earth. There's just
Well,
nobody.
Miley Cyrus did The Climb when she was already famous. She started off on a TV show at like 13.
Yeah,
Where were you
good,
climbing
good
from? So,
point.
right.
Right. Actually, she's
Your parents
descending.
were famous.
She's descending.
Now, I don't want to get too personal with you,
please.
Justin, but did Mudge fuck the patriarch?
No, not this weekend. We were all staying in the same
Yes.
hotel room. Trust me, there might have been a. She's a pretty sound sleeper.
Mhm.
Like it was like no. I'm like okay.
No.
Had to ask. Oh my god. Okay, I'm sorry. I've been trying to make an effort. We're gonna take a quick break in a second. We got to get to track off because it leads beautifully into this. This is gross. Okay, but I did masturbate.
Oh boy.
And when I finished,
You said fuck the patriarch.
I farted so fucking loud, and she 1000% heard me.
Oh, they
you-
were there.
Yeah, you
I
had all
thought
that
they were
alone
asleep.
time. You had all that alone time.
I really wanted to watch that movie. Yeah,
Were you
they were asleep.
in the bathroom?
I went into the bathroom.
Okay.
It's one of those weird
Ah.
hotel bathrooms that have like a sliding
Yeah.
barn door.
You had
Was
with
there a shower
frosted
curtain?
glass? No shower curtain.
You have
Shower
your
door.
phone?
Yeah, I have my phone.
Okay.
And I'm sitting on the lid of a
Right.
toilet. It's got to be
Yes.
like 1 a.m. And I'm like, I'm gonna get the evil out. And I go and I sit down.
No, because
Maximum erection.
Yeah, me. Let me know the show title.
Yeah.
And I sit down. I'm like, okay, they're asleep, and they're fucking zonked out. It's after the
Right.
show,
sure.
and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and get this going. And I just like a woman taken
Okay.
by the wind. I just and loudly as I
This
finished.
is simultaneous.
But
It
you're
was-
allowed to fart in the bathroom. That's
I
the most allowed place to fart.
Yeah, but it was I was sitting on the lid
Oh,
and it
whoa.
amplified
Where was the stuff going?
this stuff. It was I had a little something.
Okay.
Yeah, so I had
All
my
right.
phone
There's a
propped up
sink
on a
right
soap.
there.
I just there's a
Yeah.
little soap thing that I had
Okay.
propped up on. So I've got
I
me.
brought something.
I've got me. I
Yeah.
bring a
Hey,
tripod. with
It
me.
was my Taylor Swift tour
Yes,
T-shirt.
I bring
for
my-
$40.
I bring my Taylor Swift cum bowl.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I came on Cleveland,
Yeah.
You know what?
2023.
I got sorry. I'll
double
bet you,
release.
I'll
so
bet you that I've
ridiculous.
sat my naked ass on a closed toilet less than 3 times in my life.
Oh, I've done it 3 times this week, and it's on Tuesday. Yeah.
Do you do that?
No problem.
No.
I don't know that I've.
No.
I mean, I'm
No.
sure I've done it, but yeah, I always.
I'm not sure
And no, I couldn't
when I
wait
would do that.
One more day, Steph. Okay.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever
needed
done
it
that.
out. Okay. The boys were full, as
Yeah.
it were. Okay. After
Come
paying
on.
$50 every time I
Well-
went into and out of that parking garage, I deserved a nut.
And you probably
Okay.
saw a lot of hot women.
Dude,
I mean, it's Miami.
I wore
It was
sunglasses
building
for
up.
3
Yeah.
days. And I've had a thing going on with my
Yeah.
right eye for a little
Yeah.
bit. My doctor thinks I might have had a minor Bell's event
Mm.
again, which made my right eye give out a little bit. So I
Right.
kind of like dab my eye a lot. And I've been wearing sunglasses because it actually helps as I walk into air. It doesn't rush air
Mhm.
across
Oh,
my
yeah.
eye. I was saying that that's the reason that I had them on indoors. Dude, the amount of a butt cheek side eye and I was due for 3
Oh,
days.
yeah.
I ain't never seen asses like that.
Do you
Good for you.
remember
It
the
was-
craziest outfit that you saw?
You know, I saw it.
Did you take a picture?
God, nah, I couldn't take any. I took a bunch of us.
Yeah.
I'll delete it.
No thanks.
No,
Now we're
I'm
good.
good.
not
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
Yeah, not great.
So speaking of Taylor Swift,
yeah.
on the most recent episode of Track Off, which by the way, I have created we have a collection of Patreon shows that you can listen to for free. If you go to, you don't have to be a member. Patreon.com/the DLP agenda. You click on collections, it says DLP Freeview. There's several episodes on there, including our latest Track Off where we do Led Zeppelin and the Rolling Stones. And I've spoken about this before, but there is a little, not a bit, but like a hypothetical that I ask people.
Yeah.
If you could see any 3 people in concert in history, who would you say? And I have a bit reference for this that's actually on Comedy for the Quarantine, my album a few years ago, about a guy, his answer being Taylor Swift, and how that just really, really bothered me.
They also said
here's-
the concert was great. By the
Exactly. So here's a little taste of that. Track Off. I used to do a joke about that, and I'm sure I'll probably bring it back because I asked that question, and this kid was like 18, and he said Taylor Swift, and I was like, first of all, I'm not knocking Taylor Swift, but you realize that like you could see her today. She's
Yeah.
she's in her prime,
And
like,
she's touring.
right. So you just need a ticket and an Uber. Like I can't see Marvin Gaye in concert. I can't see Michael Jackson.
No,
I can't see the Beatles. Okay, you can't.
you can't see Sam Cooke.
It's impossible.
You can't see.
So
Yeah, okay.
you're wasting a time machine. It's like you can beam yourself in Star Trek, but instead of like going to a restaurant in
You
France,
go to the kitchen.
You're right. Yes. Yeah. I'm gonna go to friggin' the Wendy's down the street because I'm too lazy. You piece of shit. Anyway, I should bring that joke back. The passion's still there.
Do you know comedian Kirk Fox?
No.
If you saw Kirk Fox, you go, I've recognized that guy. Very much out of a Todd Glass
Yes.
type comedian. He's got a great joke. He goes, I'm so lazy that if I had a time machine, I'd probably wait 10 years to use it and then come back to it right now.
That's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good new track off up there. A bunch of great Patreon
No,
content.
actually, we need to do our track off. Our next track off is One Hit Wonders
With Katie.
and that needs to be recorded because tonight we are recording our newest. Here's Why You're Wrong.
Oh, hell yeah.
Can you tell us the movie?
Yeah, we moved it around. I know they didn't remake this movie. They did a sequel to this movie recently, and it was one of the largest gaps in between the original and the sequel, Beetlejuice.
Yeah, sort of like
nice.
we've had 2 of those in the past couple of years, Top Gun and Top Gun
Oh,
Maverick,
yeah.
and then
Yeah.
Beetlejuice and now Beetlejuice, where it's a sequel to a movie from decades
Yeah.
ago. The next one is probably going to be the Goonies. The
that
Goonies
makes
thing is
sense.
fucking
Well, yeah,
happening.
the Goonies is before both of those movies.
The Goonie thing
Yeah.
is happening. You know, Feldman is praying to get that call.
Oh yeah.
Praying to get it. It's probably going to be Josh Brolin, who
Yeah.
played the big, strong,
Oh,
the
yeah.
kind jock. He's probably going to be the one. And
Is this is for sure happening, or you're theorizing?
no, it's there's
Okay.
rumors now that after
Rumors.
Beetlejuice made some real, Beetlejuice did really well, Top Gun did really well. There's a name for it, some distant sequel,
Right.
nostalgia
Right.
sequel or whatever, but
Mhm.
they bandied about the idea forever. Speaking about stuff to support the Patreon, that's going to be up. We got a bunch of shows coming up that we'd love to have all of you, and one in particular. Let me pull my calendar up. This week, we're recording this as we sit right now on the 22nd of October. 2 days from now, on the 24th, I'm going to be with Eric Woodworth and my friend Steve Hubert and Magoobies. We're just doing stand-up. 2 days later, we're doing our Halloween theme murder mystery. Please come out to Magoobies. 2 shows, 7 and 9:30. DC Improv is the 30th. All this is at dielaughingproductions.com. There's one we really need you at. And
by the way, I'll be doing stand-up in Arlington Draft House Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Saturday
That's
afternoon is the Office Trivia Show as well. So
that's awesome.
maybe you can come to both.
Yeah, come to both if you can. See me Thursday, Rob Friday, and us Saturday.
That's awesome.
November 22nd. Anybody in chat right now, November 22nd, we kind of have a circuit that we work. We work the Improv. We work Ramset on Stage, which I think we have a new date on the books, the 30th. I will be there, and then we're going to be there on the 6th of December.
6th of December doing the Christmas Murder Mystery.
Yes. But November 22nd.
The debut of it.
The debut, that's right. Clue Christmas. Jimmy's Famous Seafood has decided to bring us in, and that man is willing to give us a chance, John Mitadakis. We need to have a good showing. So this is one of those ones where if you're like, we're trying to pick a show to go to, we can only afford one. We get it. Your dollar stretched pretty thin these days. November 22nd, I'd like to have a good showing at, because if this one shows out well, we'll get booked again.
And
we'll get booked
Bussy
again.
will be there as well.
Bussy will
so
be
you're gonna
there.
Get trivia, murder mystery, Justin, myself, and Bussy.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. So please, November 22nd, we're going to really try and make a go of it, because once John Mitadakis, the man that runs Jimmy's Famous, believes in a product, he pushes the shit out of it.
Yeah.
So this is sort of like our trial run.
And
there,
the thing
pilot.
that he attaches himself, it's usually pretty successful.
Yeah, like him bringing 50 Cent to Baltimore alongside the Horseshoe Casino.
Yeah.
Which he has a hand in. Him like having like Diplo playing shit. John's plugged in.
No, he's so plugged in.
He's plugged in, and he's a great guy, and he believes in local talent.
So I like how he goes after people on Twitter.
And I love how he pronounces his wife's name.
His food.
Dude, his food's ridiculous.
Hey.
His split name is Penelope. He pronounces it the Greek pronunciation. Penelope.
Oh, that's so
fucking hot,
God.
dude. Quick rewind to Miami before we continue.
Yeah.
Every asshole there says the word Cuban stupid, including the white redheaded women. Go, I'm going to get a margarita. We're going to get 2 mojitos, a Miller Lite for my husband, and a Cubano sandwich. Oh, fucking stop it.
Everybody who does that? Terry Schlegel.
Cubano. I promise you. I can promise you my father thinks he's from Havana. I heard so many zilches that aren't Cuban go, oh, is the coffee? Is it Cuba? Like, oh, God damn it. You did not just escape persecution under Che Guevara's reign.
One more thing to plug. I
Please.
just got booked November 6th. I'll be at the Reckless Shepherd, the gig that you just did.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll
That's
be
a great
there
time.
with Todd Rex. That'll be the day after the election. So I don't know what the tone, the mood will be like in Columbia, Maryland. I'm sure. I feel like I'm not someone that talks about that shit, but
you got to
kind of
address
feel
it.
like you got to, right?
Speaking of the election,
And hold that thought.
Okay.
Maybe real quick thing about Reckless Shepherd.
Yeah.
You are going to think you're bombing. You're going to think
Now
you're fucking
I
dying.
know you get that at Arlington Draft
House
too.
is
Yeah.
that was the
Right.
that was the
Mhm.
ultimate example
Mhm.
until Reckless Shepherd. The sound in that building is odd. It's
Yeah.
awesome. There's nothing they can do about it. It's the structure of the building.
Yeah.
Sound goes straight up to where Eric and Tommy are looking back at me like, what the fuck is going on? And then you'd move out into the crowd, uproarious laughter. I thought I ate it for 30 minutes. And then Ty was like, that was remarkable. That was awesome.
He paid you, right?
but
Okay.
also
Okay,
sometimes
okay.
you eat it.
Sometimes
No,
you do
true.
actually
Yeah.
eat it, but you're not going
You
to.
know what? I'll just eat it then.
You're just going to suck a dick. But yes,
Thanks
if
for
it's an
planting that in my
election,
head, Joe.
post-election show, you got to touch on the candidates.
If there's even a winner yet. Who knows?
I was on I filled in for Justin on Monday on 98 Rock, and they have the TVs on.
Yeah.
And one of them was on CNN.
Mhm.
And that's where we found out, because Josh also did the story that, and by the way, I'm telling you, I'm going to tell you who I'm voting for right now. No one. I'm telling you right now. I see those ads that say, hey, it's your responsibility. Get out there and vote. I ignore them. I have no intention of voting. Whatever. Judge me if you want. But I did see that there was a Trump rally in Latrobe, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. And apparently Trump was very good friends with the late, great Arnold Palmer,
Who's from Latrobe.
who's from Latrobe,
Mhm.
Pennsylvania.
One of the greatest golfers of all time. You may have had his drink, the Arnold Palmer.
Yes. And apparently Donald Trump was so close with him, and they golfed so often together, they also had to shower and get themselves ready for whatever they were going
Like
to
when
do.
Randolph took us to the Baltimore Country Club, we saw a bunch of dudes in there showering
Oh,
at
that's
the
right.
country
So
club.
hot.
That's
It
right.
was hot as fuck.
And he referenced during this
Just so
rally,
they're trying to join them.
Yeah.
this is what he said. He goes, I'm not going to say it, but and then he goes right on to say
What
it.
a dick.
Yeah.
He goes, he's quite a man. He was a big man. I love women. Everybody knows that. I love women. But he essentially said that Arnold Palmer had a giant cock.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
The greatest compliment you can say to someone,
Honestly,
especially in
it's
passing.
Pretty nice to
Yeah.
say.
And I was watching the people on CNN lose their fucking mind over this, over the fact
What
that
was their-
They were Jack Nicklaus fans. They had a huge rivalry.
I don't know what their problem
Rachel
is.
Maddow, big Chichi Rodriguez gal.
I mean, clearly, I want to know this information,
Yeah.
don't you?
I love knowing that Arnold Palmer's got a massive
Don't you
crank.
want to know it?
I
Yeah,
love
I
that.
mean, it's unpresidential, but that ship sailed.
We're
8
done
years
with that.
ago, okay?
Yes. Where have you been? The
We already
last-
know what he is.
Yes.
It's
Of course he's
yes,
going to do
right.
this. Okay. By the way, the people who are outraged by you're not voting for him anyway. Can't you just appreciate that now you have this information?
You got something funny that you know? Do you know? You ever heard of a performer by the name of Jello Biafra sang for the Dead Kennedys?
Mm-mm.
There's a dick museum in, I think it's Amsterdam.
Okay.
And it's just this phallic museum of dicks throughout history. I think they have a recreation of Rasputin's.
Uh-huh.
Rasputin had like a 13-inch dick.
Giant cock. I
It's
know Napoleon
unreal.
has a notoriously very tiny.
Yeah, micro penis. All
Yeah.
that.
Sure.
But Jello Biafra, there's a mold of his in there, and it looks like a fucking yam. And I like the Dead Kennedys. And when
Yeah.
I found out that
You
Jello
like 'em more.
Biafra, I love him more. When I found out that he had this member, I was like, yes.
How about
man.
this?
How about a podcast where famous people just come on and talk about the guys they know with huge cocks? All guys talking
Dude,
about cocks.
I'm telling you, I'm trying to remember what's the name
Dicks
of
on
the,
dick.
There
We
was
got
a baseball
brilliant.
player. You might have been
We just
there.
added something to the Patreon.
Yes,
They
we
were-
did. Oh, Eric and Tommy, they can't wait.
Chris
they got
is our
story-
first guest
Hey, Eric has a story about
Restivo.
No, that's true.
He
But he
might be our
also
first guest.
has a story about his buddy that had the giant
And
dick
the
that he told on
massive
that
dong.
only banged large women because they could go all
They're the only ones that could take it.
Yes. Yeah. We
We'd
talk about
kill a
buttholes
bunch.
and dicks on her. All male. All
Yeah,
male genitalia.
all male.
All the time.
So how about this? Well, first of all, I was going to
Ariel
say
says good night. She's done. She's done with the butthole and
Night, love.
Yeah.
we get good night.
Mm.
We did a. Were you there when Sam Perlazzo, who was the manager of the Orioles, they were roasting him?
Okay.
And the guy, he's got a talk show now. He played for the Red Sox and he played for the Orioles. And he was talking about one of the Orioles cocks. I'll give his name, Daniel Cabrera. And he said it's the big. And he's one of the only Orioles I remember from that time. They had such a because I now know
Right.
that he had a
That is
giant.
beautiful
hog.
unit.
Well, how about this? Arnold Palmer at one point was famous for being an amazing golfer.
Yeah.
Then he became famous for making a drink.
A beverage.
Which really
Yeah.
isn't that big of a deal. You're just
Yeah,
combining.
it's
two.
awesome.
He was famous.
It's not-
Was it Pennzoil? What was his big ad?
well, he was at
okay.
one point. He was the biggest pitch man, but
yeah.
but now, whenever you hear Arnold Palmer, most people, at least half the people, think of the drink. Well, that's all fucking
Yes.
over. That's
Yeah.
over.
Now they think of the dick.
That'll never happen
Yeah.
again.
No,
When
now
you
you
hear
hear that massive
Arnold
crank
Palmer's name, some people aren't going to know he played golf.
and that big fat can that you got to put two hands around. That's why I was always in a big tall boy.
But if I was saying if there was something to be remembered by, it's pretty fucking good,
That's
right?
pretty
I mean,
do
it's
women
pretty-
do this?
man.
Are women?
Do they brag about how
do they
tiny
shower
the
and they
vagina
saw
is?
someone's parts and was like, wow.
Wow. Those loose lips will definitely sink
Yeah.
ships. God damn, stuff that back in there, roast beef, Rebecca.
Yeah, I don't think they do. I think because
Roast beef, Rebecca.
I think if you have giant breasts,
You already know.
You
that.
already know it,
exactly.
right,
She already
'cause-
knows she has a great ass.
yeah,
Yeah.
people already know that. But if you can,
I'm
You
thinking
don't-
about the front parts.
Yeah,
though.
you know, there's no unboxing a woman. We know what you have.
You're Flappy
A
Bird.
man
Yeah.
unboxing is a thing.
A man unboxing
Yes.
is a thing. Yeah,
Right.
we're gonna. I'm you know, no two snowflakes. There's that
Yeah.
vaginal book about about all
Right.
the different vaginas. And thank you, by the way, Jared. The Dick Museum is in Iceland.
Mhm.
I've never had one that I'm like, sorry, it's just too big.
That
I
would
can't-
be a great
Sorry.
a great game show. It's grower versus shower.
Okay.
And there's two flaccid penises that are of different sizes. Then you have to which one's the largest
Can I
full
tell you?
erection?
This is the second best game show I've heard about this week. Wait for the Patreon. Wait for the Patreon. I'm reading that whole fucking text thread. I'm reading that whole
Yes.
goddamn text thread.
All we do is come up with ideas, people.
I mean,
Yeah.
all we do is we're just
Yeah.
money making men, including what I genuinely
Mhm.
think is one of the most brilliant ideas for a reality show competition,
Mhm.
talent thing that you came up with, and a gentleman by the name of Ramin came up
Mhm.
with years and years ago. That I hope you don't mind that I kind of maybe strayed out of my lane with this.
No, I don't mind at all.
I went and did an interview with Randolph Rice. I still haven't watched the full thing. I've seen chunks of it, advice with
Mhm.
Rice. And I went to this production studio, and it's incredibly large and stocked and accomplished and all that.
It's the same people that did the commercial.
Same ones that did the commercial. And I told them about you and all that. And for whatever reason, we had just got done talking about Funny for Five. And he said, if you have any ideas for shows or something like that, let me know. I was like, I don't, but my friend Rob's got one. I think it's brilliant, about where he takes professional comedians and an amateur goes under their wing and they teach them to be
not an
funny.
Amateur comedian, just
an amateur
everyday
person
in the everyday walk of life. Like there's somebody that might have just left chat that I have an iPhone for.
And you train them to be a comic.
In 5 days you're gonna do 5 minutes at Insert Comedy.
And that's how long you did. You had 5 days to do 5 minutes.
Now, I mean, that's
that.
the pitch. You can cheat it however you want, but that was the basic.
I like that. I like
and we
the
actually
terms.
shot this as we did this. We did use two people, my
5
friend Don
comedians.
and Ramin's brother-in-law. I trained him. He trained my friend Don. And then we did a show at the DC Improv.
Who did
each
better?
Did 5 minutes. My friend Dawn, she's also a 10. That helps.
Yeah.
And his brother-in-law is a dorky white guy. I mean, it's advantage hot chick, right?
He loved the idea. The guy that directed your commercial and my interview, he like his eyes got wide. There was a camera person back there, and he kind of looks at him and looks back, and it's like, that's holy shit.
Because I think it
great.
works better in today's landscape as a social media thing. It's like TikTok, Instagram, YouTube.
Well, there's also so many. You know, I talked about this on the phone a little bit. Everybody loves a Kelly Clarkson level star that goes on to make it a Daughtry level star. We also love those William Hungs. And The Bomb is a legendary comedy facet that even professionals like you,
especially if you're a super
with.
Cocky guy and thinks you're going to crush it, then you eat it.
I said,
you want to foil in those things.
There's a guy in my neighborhood that is one of those people that I point out every now and then, the civilian that tries to keep up with the comedian and never's able to
force him into this.
And like, I want you to do this. I want you to see how funny you're not. And that is because every good reality show has an antagonist, protagonist. You have an
there would be a winner at the end of the show. There would be a winner.
Just to teach them a lesson.
Just to see someone fucking eat it. Eat it in front of a crowd of a couple hundred people and a panel of professionals. So they're not just eating it in front of, strangers. There's some family there, and there's like a high council of comedic elders. And then you get the person that's like my buddy Pete, who is introverted as shit, the funniest person I've ever known. And if I could get somebody like you to take him under the wing, and day one, I have to teach you about being a public speaker. We're not even working on you being funny.
Sure.
I need to get you able to
get you comfortable, because if you're not comfortable,
that's the key.
The jokes will never work.
And the larger real theme is that we're all have something that's funny in our life. That maybe you're a beautiful black woman who's a school teacher in Baltimore. I don't know, just throwing out
an idea. Maybe you're a woman from Pennsylvania who's got a really healthy relationship, and her family has a half pipe that I definitely want to visit. I've been to a bunch of our shows, and she loves wearing the shortest shorts you've ever fucking seen. I can see your labia majora. Someone like that I can train under my wing.
Yes. Or maybe you're a Ravens cheerleader, or maybe you work at Jimmy's Famous Seafood.
Maybe you're a police officer in my neighborhood. Maybe you're a guy from Waldorf that drinks 150 Coors Lights a week. Either way, it sounds like the ball's rolling on this.
No, I met this guy, Mike. He was the head man at the.
You had another meeting with him?
I had one meeting, and then he actually followed up today, and he's gung ho, and I don't know. We're in the starting phases, but it will happen. I don't know how successful it'll be.
But he wants to do it.
He's gung ho. Other people that are important are gung ho.
Some silent partners behind the scenes.
Exactly. Yeah.
A money man with the money man want to see this happen.
Created.
No, there'll be some things for social media. Yeah, it won't be like you won't see it on TV or something right away, but like you'll see it on social media. For sure.
Yeah, I think this thing's going to happen. And now, what's great is it can be made bite-sized. It doesn't have to be released on when you were initially making this back in the day, sell it to a network. A network.
We had a whole pitch, a whole sizzle reel, a whole
these days, streaming.
Yeah, exactly.
YouTube, social, you can make this thing bite-sized, or if it takes look at Kill Tony.
Yeah.
I happen to have some, I'm not blowing up any spot here. I don't think he gives a fuck. But the Kill Tony property is about to be the next great Netflix acquisition.
Oh, yeah.
And they're going to send this thing to the fucking moon. Yeah. And he is going to be
selling out Madison Square Garden
multiple nights through social media and word of mouth, that things like that can grow once they see, okay, the concept is there. They did it themselves. This thing, I know this can work. I know it can work
too. I've bought the URLs with Funny for Five. I've kept buying them every year, renewing them.
Yeah.
Now, part of that's because I forgot how to not renew it. But still,
Yeah, tell the other way.
maybe I'm an idiot.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
okay.
Well, you know what's going to help pay for something like that? Patreon.com/the DLP agenda. Please get subscribed. $5, $10. I'm going to keep saying
$10 gets you free murder mystery tickets.
Yeah, exactly.
It's coming to our murder
Yeah.
mystery season.
Also, take advantage if you're one of the higher tier members. You get to suggest show topics for us and stuff like that. By the way, I got one in my DMs tonight. We have to might visit this
Go ahead.
on another. Our friend Alex, the creator,
Oh yeah.
who I know for a fact he's a pretty good level.
He
Patreon
messaged
member.
me and I didn't read it yet because we're about to. Did you read it?
I'm reading it now. He says,
Okay.
I have a contribution for a topic from a few months ago. Joe discussed pulling Katie's hair out of his ass. And you've all
Yes.
discussed
Mhm.
how it could have gotten in there. Well, I think it's from hair that clings to laundry. And then a major wedgie forces it up there. Lastly, the hair is pulled out when cleaning during a shower, resulting in euphoria. Speaking on it now, several months later, because it just happened to me. Looking forward to listening to you fellas tonight.
Hmm.
You get to chime in about topics that we will hopefully get to use. And I'm going to keep saying until the end of the year, give it as a gift.
There you
Give
go.
someone the gift of entertainment. Don't give them a fucking gift card. Don't buy them a smart speaker. $5 and be like, I just gifted you
Mhm.
8+ podcasts.
For a year, it's $54.
$54.
And you get every back episode.
someone that's got a shit
What's that,
commute.
like 5,000 episodes?
No, it is probably 500.
Listen
at least,
to
yeah.
the saga of what happened in Vegas. Who shit in the closet?
Yes.
Legendary Robby and Joe arguments.
Antoine Dotson,
Antoine Dodson.
Scott Apple, Mike Chamberlain.
There's so much great back content. So everybody that's already a Patreon subscriber, thank you. Let's continue to bump those numbers up. Continue to share. DialProductions.com. We got shows this week. We got shows next week. We got shows in November 22nd, particularly Jimmy's Famous Pam. I love you for already buying tickets to that.
Yes, thank you.
We'll
Thank
talk
you.
to you next week. We got more bonus content on the way
Later.
with a DLP agenda.